Hello there, I'm John Oliver. Look, it's the middle of October, which across the nation means that we are all looking at this and thinking, I don't know why, but I simply have to drink that. Yes, it's that special time of year where we voluntarily imbibe pumpkin spice lattes, the coffee that tastes like a candle. And I don't mean it tastes like a candle smells. Pumpkin spice lattes taste like a candle tastes. Don't ask me how I know that. But what is strange is that pumpkin spice foods inexplicably seem to grow more omnipresent every year, even though there's no actual pumpkin in the drinks. Kind of like how everyone you meet calls himself a DJ all of a sudden, when what they really mean is that they own an iPad and have been to a party. But apparently, each American eats more than 5 pounds of pumpkin per year, which is more than the amount of pumpkin in 5 pumpkin pies. And pumpkin pie is the most seasonal food there is. It is only good from the moment Thanksgiving dinner ends until just after you have taken your first bite of it. 5 pounds of pumpkin a year is even crazier than the fact that we allegedly swallow 8 spiders in a lifetime. Why is it crazier? Because there is no way a pumpkin has ever crawled into my mouth while I was sleeping. And the worst part is, nobody wants anything pumpkin-flavoured from December through August. And here is how I know that. You can have it whenever you want. That bottle of pumpkin-flavoured science goo sits behind the counter of Starbucks all year round. Never aging, like Ryan Seacrest. Or the early work of Dr. Dre, which really holds up. It really holds up. Have you listened to The Chronic lately? Go back and do it. It's really great. It's great. Except for the sexism and homophobia, which is most of it. But that's not the point. It's really good. The point is, we tolerate pumpkin spice because we like the fall. It's the best season because you get to stop thinking about how weird your legs look in shorts. That's everyone, right? We all agree on that. But just about anything that reminds us of autumn is a better flavour than pumpkin spice. I personally, for instance, would rather drink a cable knit sweater spice latte or a Major League Baseball spice latte or a keen awareness of my own mortality spice latte because that's what foliage is. Although, look, it might be an acquired taste. That might be an acquired taste. Pumpkin spice is just eggnog for morning people, OK? And I will be subject to its tyranny no longer. It stops here. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode of Last Week Tonight. Until then, please ignore the news and continue to drink regular coffee. Good night.
First of all, Rand Paul shouldn't even be on this stage. He's number 11. He's got 1% in the polls. And how he got up here, there's far too many people.
His visceral response to attack people on their appearance, short, tall, fat, ugly.
I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there.
The one guy that had some special interest that I know of that tried to get me to change my views on something that was generous and gave me money was Donald Trump. He wanted casino gambling in Florida.
I did.
Yes, you did.
Totally false.
You wanted it, and you didn't get it because I was
it.
opposed to casino gambling
before,
during, and after. When he asked Florida to have casino gambling, we said no.
Wrong. Excuse me. 1 second.
No.
I didn't want to get
Donald, you cannot take
more energy tonight. I like that.
If I were sitting at home and watching this back and forth, I'd be inclined to turn it off.
What else is it other than the criminalization of her faith and the exaltation of the faith of everyone else who might be a Fort Hood shooter or a detainee at Gitmo?
I will take care of women. I respect women. I will take care of women.
Women's income grew 3 times faster than national average when I was governor.
So why did you say it? Why did you say it? I know, but why did you say it? I heard it myself. Why did you say
child
it?
support.
Donald Trump said the following about you, quote, "Look at that face. Would anyone vote for that? Can you imagine that, the face of our next president?"
I think women all over this country heard very clearly what Mr. Trump said.
I think she's got a beautiful face, and I think she's a beautiful woman. I don't think you'd even be talking about illegal immigration if it weren't for me.
Immigration did not come up in 2016 because Mr. Trump brought it up.
I'm a very militaristic person, but you have to know when to use the military.
If I'm elected president, every single Supreme Court justice will faithfully follow the law and will not act like philosopher kings.
So 40 years ago, I smoked marijuana, and I admit it. I'm sure that other people might have done it and may not want to say it in front of 25 million people. My mom's not happy that I just did.
So we are not going to destroy our economy. We are not going to make America a harder place to create jobs in order to pursue policies that will do absolutely nothing. Nothing to change our economy, to change our climate, to change our weather, because America is a lot of things. The greatest country in the world, absolutely. But America is not a planet.
So I'm all for vaccines, but I'm also for freedom.
The beautiful child went to have the vaccine and came back, and a week later got a tremendous fever, got very, very sick, now is autistic.
He's an okay doctor.
What woman would you like to see on the $10 bill?
That's an easy one. I'd put my wife on there.
I'd put my mother on there.
Governor Bush.
I would go with Ronald Reagan's partner, Margaret Thatcher. Probably illegal, but what the heck.
What would you want, Governor Christie, I'll start with you, your Secret Service code name to be?
I would just say True Heart.
Secretariat.
Harley. I love riding Harleys. Justice never sleeps.
That's a mouthful, but okay.
Ever ready. It's very high energy, Donald.
Hello there. I just want to take a moment to dip into our Last Week Tonight mailbag. Because, as you may recall, last week on this exact programme, I had a little bit of fun with some of the health claims made by Pom Wonderful.
If you know a man that you care about, or you are a man, make him drink 8 ounces of pomegranate juice a day, because what it does for prostate cancer is amazing.
Or really, just give him a pomegranate enema instead. Just shove a bottle of pomegranate juice up his arse and squeeze it. You'll be amazed at the results. I may or may not have then referred to their juice as snake oil and encouraged viewers to put stickers on their bottles suggesting their juice contains dogs. Well, a few days after that segment aired, and this is true, Pom Wonderful sent over a tiny refrigerator and several cases of their dog juice. Along with a letter. They sent a letter, and I would like to read a little bit, if I may. Dear Mr. Oliver, what fun. There's a full stop there, not an exclamation mark, and that's a key difference. We did love the premiere of your show. We know that a huge amount of heart and effort went into it for you and your team, passive-aggressive. And it was a great success, hypothetical. We know it will continue to grow and evolve, but what a wonderful start. You can taste the sarcasm on the page at this point. We even think that about the segment about Pom. We take these things in the spirit of good humour in which they're made. Partially. We like to think that we're able to take a joke. It was very funny. We laughed hard. And you're spot on with the problems in food advertising and labelling. You'll forgive us for offering just a few sentences of context. Here we go. We really have spent $35 million to finance world-class research on the health effect of pomegranates. That research isn't definitive, but it actually is promising. We think consumers know that they can't actually cheat death by drinking juice, and we think we'll win our appeal that the FTC totally overreacted to that kind of hyperbole. As for the idea of a Pom enema, they say, we'll take it under advisement. They then continue, what you do with the cooler full of Pom is your business. So let me just say to Pom Wonderful, kudos. That is a beautifully crafted letter, because I seriously cannot think of a more elegant way to say, here's a crate of our product, go ahead and shove it up your arse. And look, If making fun of a product is the way to get a shipment of it, let me just say this for the record right now. Rolex makes terrible watches. Just the worst timepieces in the world. Please do keep your letters coming. It's not just anti-corporate hippies who think that abandoning net neutrality is a bad idea.
The net neutrality movement is leery of big corporate players, but in this debate, it's on the same side as some of them.
Google, Facebook, Netflix, Amazon all signed on to this letter supporting net neutrality.
What's being proposed is so egregious, activists and corporations have been forced onto the same side. That's basically Lex Luthor knocking on Superman's apartment door and going, listen, I know we have our differences, but we have got to get rid of that arsehole in apartment 3B. He's too loud, Soup. He's just too loud.